All right, guys, so today we are going to be taking our STAR testing. I also explained to parents how they're going to be signing their written agreement forms because all of them need to be resubmitted. And I also went through and I explained to you guys how to take your STAR testing. So because of that, we don't have a lot of time today. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to read through these pages with you guys, show them where to find it online, and then we are actually going to skip our RAC practice workbook pages, but we are going to be writing our fluency rating score as an X in Google Classroom. So what I'm going to do is I am going to strike through all of these. Okay. And then I will also give you guys the option to not do your 5 things as well. However, just because I strike through it doesn't mean that you can't do it. If you end up having extra time and you want to work on those things, you are more than welcome to. So you know how to get to the 5 things. There's the YouTube video. For your reading writing workshop book, I'm going to show you guys those pages. And if you have trouble, you guys can always just watch the YouTube video because all those pages will be there. So you are going to be in your little book, which is your reading writing workshop. And so if you need to know what that looks like, it's going to be this book right here, your reading writing workshop. It's the hardcover book. If you have that book, you are going to go to pages 76 to 81. If you don't have that book, you're going to go to your waffle in your Google Classroom, scroll down till you hit McGraw-Hill Education. Then you're going to log into your account. And then it's going to have some pop-up options for you guys. Now, if for some reason this is not showing up, you may need to pick the online independent study program. It should say OISP up around here. So mine does show, so I'm going to click on my Wonder Student Edition, and then I'm going to click Read. Now you're going to notice it's not going to tell you the book names. Because of that, you just need to see what book you're in and what story is in that book. So the only other day we read through our little book, which is your reading writing workshop. And the reason why I call it your little book is because it's smaller than your literature anthology. Your anthology book is bigger. That's why I just call it a little book. You're going to see that in our little book, we read Taking Care of Pepper. So we're going to look for that story, which starts on page 70, and then we're going to just continue and move on to page 76. So click on Taking Care of Pepper. It's going to take you to page 70. And then you can either use these arrows right here to take you to page 76, or you can just highlight, delete, type in 76 and click enter or return. And then there we are. So your comprehension strategy for this week is asking and answering questions. If you can't find your book for some reason, you can pause the video and you guys can read it on your own, or you can find it and then you can click on these audios online and it will read it for you. Your comprehension skill for this week is key details, finding important details in the photos and the text of the selection. The genre that we read this week is informational text. It gives you facts and information. And specifically, it's a narrative nonfiction. It's a narrative nonfiction because it tells us a story. A narrative means a story. So it tells us a story, but it's nonfiction because it's a real story. Nonfiction means it's not. Nonfiction means it's not fake. Not fake means it's factual. It's a real story. So it's about real people, real things and events. It's about a real story about a real person. It's told by a narrator, and there's usually going to be photos and captions. That's how we know it's a narrative nonfiction. And then the last thing is you're going to be your vocabulary strategy. And we talked about this for the last few weeks, root words. Root words are going to be the main word or the base word of a word. So to understand the meaning of a word you do not know, try to break up the word into word parts. You can split the root word from the endings such as ed, es, or ing. So the root word in brushes is brush. The root word in waiting is wait. The root word in finished is finish. So that's all you, and then the last thing you guys have to do is pages 80 and 81, which is writing about the text. And this is going to help you guys with your selfie writings. You're going to notice that she writes multiple sentences. Some of you on your selfie writing are still only writing 1 or 2. Let's see how much Sophie wrote. So she's answering this question. In your opinion, is taking care of a horse easy or hard? Explain why using examples from the text. She's going to have a strong beginning. She's going to use sequence words like first, then, next, and last. And she's going to use linking words to help her develop her story. I think taking care of a horse is hard. Sentence 1. The text tells me that Jack feeds Pepper hay at 5 in the morning. Sentence 2. Then Jack has to clean out the stall with a shovel. Sentence 3. Next, he feeds Pepper and gives the horse water. Sentence 4. That all happens before school begins. Sentence 5. And you're going to notice that the next sentence she writes, she's indenting. We know that she's indenting is because there's some space before the beginning of the line. So she wrote 5 sentences in her first paragraph. Now she's writing a second paragraph. Let's see how many she writes in this one. Jack rides Pepper every afternoon. Sentence 1. I think that part would be fun and easy, comma, but after writing, comma, Jack has to brush and feed Pepper. Sentence 2. I think people who care for horses are busy. Sentence 3. Now, it is okay to sometimes have only 3 sentences in a paragraph. And look what she did. She didn't write just 1 paragraph. She wrote 2. So I recommend you guys writing at least 4 to 6. So if I would maybe tell Sophie, maybe try and write 1 more sentence here, because usually 4 to 6 sentences will make a good paragraph. But she did a great job with answering with her opinion. Okay, the last thing we have is your turn practice workbook. Now, because we are doing STAR testing, we are going to skip that. But you need to fill out your fluency rating in Google Classroom. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. Everybody, please go to Google Classroom. I'm going to give you guys a minute to get to Google Classroom. Now I need you to click on classwork. Click on classwork. Everyone should be doing it. Now you're going to scroll down till you go to ELA, and then you're going to look for fluency reading scores Tuesdays, because this is what we do on Tuesdays. Open it up, and then you're going to click view assignment, or you can just scroll down. Now yours won't look like this. Yours will look a little different, but what you guys are going to do from here, and make sure you don't turn it in. So Eli, I'm going to return this to you, because if you turn it in, then you can't work on it. What you're going to do now is we are in unit 1, week 4. If you're not sure what unit we're in, you're going to look right here. So we're in unit 1, week 4. So, it looks like Eli never put in his scores for unit 1, week 3 either. So Eli, after our meeting, you need to go back to pages 23 to 25 and see what you're missing and put them in. Now for unit 1, week 4, we are skipping it because we're doing STAR testing. So what you guys are going to do, just like how Eli did for unit 1, week 1, you're going to put X's. And then what do you do after you put that second X? You're going to click out of the box. Just go to any other box to save it. All right. That's all you need to do for this week. You're just going to put X's. Now, I've shown you guys how to record those videos, how to do your fluency reading. So if you're saying, Ms. Park, well, I want to actually do it. Can I do it? Here are the instructions on how to do it. If you want a video, what you'll do is you can scroll down and look, watch YouTube video for today's lesson. So this one will show you how to do it. There's also another video, watch YouTube video for today's lesson. So if you ever want to know how to do your fluency, you can go scroll back in your weekly schedule to find that, and it'll show you guys how to do it. Okay. All right. I believe that's going to be it. So once you guys have put your scores in, you can exit out, and then that's going to be it for ELA. All right. So I do expect all of you to finish your STAR testing today. The reason why it's on Wednesday and Thursday is because I'm going to be finding out who hasn't taken it yet, and they're going to take it, but they're going to be doing those after school. So I'm giving you guys today to do your STAR testing. Tomorrow and Thursday is going to be for students who did not complete it.